if you have an answer to this question for yourself, I'd be curious to hear it. I think that's something for everyone to kind of ponder about. I think just, it's kind of like the question we all ask ourselves, but what for you would you say is, like, what do you see the purpose of life?
So I would say, for me at least, the purpose of life is kind of, I'm going to give a short answer and a long answer. Short answer is to experience life. And what I mean by that is kind of developing skills, developing yourself as a person to experience life at least to a broader degree. So I think the average person, and this isn't meant to sound negative or anything like that, but the average person, their experience of life is very straightforward. It's, I'm born, I go to school, I get a job, I get married, that's it. And you die. To me, I think the more to experience life a bit deeper is, okay, you might do those first few things, go to school, whatever. Are you developing skills? Are you the kind of person that's going to go out and speak several languages and change the way your brain operates? Are you going to experience new cultures? Are you going to learn new skills that you can either implement practically or just have and say that you did it when you... Because my whole thing about like life and when it comes to the meaning of life is I always think about it from... This sounds grim. There's this thing I've heard called the funeral test. So I always think about, if I die and I go backwards, will I look at my funeral, will I look at my life as being interesting? As if I'm reading a book, will that book be interesting? I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But so to me, the meaning of life is almost sort of to fill up that book with as many high quality chapters as possible. Like, if you read, say, Harry Potter, for example, you don't want the book of Harry Potter to be, there's this boy, he was born in this house, he went to school, he got married, he had a great life, the end. It's like, that's a boring book. You want experiences. The book is interesting because Harry Potter had bad things happen, because there's Voldemort, because whatever. I know it's a weird example, but to me, I think the meaning of life is to kind of construct that interesting book. And the way you construct that interesting book is by gaining new insights, learning different languages, going to different places, trying new things, challenging yourself, being open to the negatives and the positives that come with life. Because, if you try to live life, you're going to have negative things happen. And if those negative things aren't always that bad. But yeah, I would say overall, that's how I think. That's what I think life. That's what I think the meaning of life should be. To have great experiences and write a big, interesting book that if you were to die or if someone were to read it, they would look at it and go, "This is a fantastic book. This is a really good book."